Well, some of us are never happy, okay? Let me just start by saying you just can't please a woman all the time. I've just had a weird day, okay? I've just had a weird day and it's kind of sad. I'm leaving my boys. Okay, the first time in 6 years that when I've kept the boys, I only had them from 2:30 to 5. That wasn't enough time. And usually I'm getting on here saying, oh my God, I've been with the boys 12 hours today, 13 hours today. I'm exhausted. Now I'm going to get on here and say, I only had them 2.5 hours and it's sad. That's where I'm at. Yes. This was my first day of keeping the boys with all 3 of them in school, and it was weird. I don't think I like it. Well, I liked it this morning when my head was hurting so bad I couldn't hardly stand it. I had such a great day yesterday. And I got up this morning and I have my headaches on the right side and they go the back, and then it affects my eyes and hurts in my upper teeth. I've been doing it for years. John said, well, there's a storm brewing in the Gulf of Mexico. There you go. Your barometric pressure is shifting. I said, well, there you go. So it was nice not have to be up and at their house at 7 this morning with that kind of headache, which I would have been. But it's weird. My babies are growing up. Ash, come on, have another one. She's gonna say, Mom, I'm 41, shut up. Just one more, Ash. Oh gosh, I used to grieve because my mothering was not over, and that's the reason I mothered so many girls along the way. We've had 2 different girls to live in our house for over a year each. And so now I know my grandmothering's not over, but okay. So I get in Carline about 2:30, and then they start letting out at their school like at 2:45. So, and it was about 10 till or something like that. So here comes Riggs. Well, when he sees me, he starts walking toward the car, and the teacher had to get on to him, and because he's like, can. She's like, no, buddy, wait till the car stops. Because as you pull up and give them your children's name, they assign a number to you, 1 through 12, I think. And so, I told her, I said, Rhett and Riggs, and she said, number 10, and then she'll tell the next car, number 11, number 12. So as you pull up, you're pulling up in line, in the correct order, in your space. Well, when she says their name over the microphone, it's also to let the kids know to come out and what space to stand by. So there was my little bitty Riggs standing there with a backpack on with Rhett. And it just kind of made my heart just... My Reed wasn't there. He's always there protecting Rhett. And now Rhett's protecting Riggs. And Rhett and Riggs, they don't jee-haw a lot. And it's mostly Rhett's fault. But Riggs is headstrong. But Rhett loves to torment Riggs. And Riggs gives into it all the time. So Rhett's not nice to him like Reed's always been nice to him. Rhett is definitely a middle child. He's very different. So we have to get on to him like that. Your brother's going to grow up thinking that you don't like him. And typical boys. So then I go about 3 or 4 miles away to Reed's school. And they don't even get out till 3 or after. And I think we were there by 10 till or something like that. I don't know. So we sat in that line, and I didn't know how that was going to work. But they have 2 lines side by side there, and it was very long. And then you just give them, you don't have to have a piece of paper or anything with their name. You just tell them, they call them. And I looked, and here he comes. Him and Rhett both had on their football jerseys today, because they're going to the first high school football game tonight, and they get to run out in front of the football players. So they're excited about that. But here he comes walking out as tall as Ashley with a football jersey on, and I went, my number one man. He's getting grown. He's not real crazy about middle school. I just think it's so different, and Reed is all about being accepted and making people laugh and, you know, having a good time. And I think those teachers probably are having to get their bluff in on 12-year-old boys. He'll be 12 in September. It's not the greatest age, you know. And he's like, they don't, you know, they don't talk to you. They're not very nice, all this. They're probably having to get their bluff in on them, you know. So, but he'll adapt. I have worried so much about him going to middle school. And I told Ashley, I said, I never worried about going to any new grade. Now, going to high school, when I went to high school, we went to a new school. And of course, I was nervous as a cat going, and then I ended up loving it so much. But, and I don't even think I worried about Ashley as much as I worried about him. But, you know, life is different right now. Life is different. There's a lot of mean kids. And so he told me today, he said, we got a new kid at the school. And I said, you do? And he said, yeah. He got put out of school in California because they found knives on him at school. And I said, oh, that's great. How did he end up in Alabama at your school? He said, I don't know. And I said, well, now who? And he said, oh, he cusses so bad. And you know, Reed's 6th grade. Cusses horribly. And he said he's already gotten in a fight. He said, I just assumed that I'm going to see a lot of fights this year. I said, well, I hope not. It's a different world. It's a different creature. It's a different world. They're all finding their self. And, oh, there are so many girls from last year to this year. Well, let's just talk about the 5th grade last year in elementary school. A large number of them that claim to be lesbians. And I'm like, Reed, they are not lesbians. They are not. They're just trying to be different. They're just trying to get attention. And I just, it's crazy. 5th grade. And he said, the guys are not like that. It's just the girls. And so I said, they're looking for attention. You don't know where they've come from, what kind of home life, what kind of background. You don't know. So I said, just be kind to them, be nice to them. Don't treat them any different than anybody else. So it's very different. Hence, the reason that Gan worries so much about them. It is very different. But you just got to pray. You got to pray for your kids if they go to a Christian school. I mean, we have a Christian school at our church. And there's been kids that's gotten in bad trouble there. It is a more controlled environment. They do study the Bible. They do have chapel every week. So, it is Christian based. But you're exposed to as many drugs in a Christian school as you are in a public school. And I know there's a lot of people that homeschool now because of the conditions of public schools. But right now, everything's still good. I know the sun's awful. I just had to get on here and tell y'all what a weird day it's been. Rick said, I didn't learn nothing at my old school. He was just in a pre-K. I said, yes, you did. No, I didn't. He said, I'm learning how to spell. So I got some video of him and the dogs as in plural. So Avery's mother and brother are still living there with Ashley. Amanda is precious. She's one of Michael's good friends, and of course she's Ashley's good friends too. But I think I had told you about, she sold her house, made a great profit. So she came in and she said, you can go on. Michael wasn't there yet, and she said, I'm here. And she works a real strenuous job, just such a hard worker. But they have a dog that looks almost just like Riley. And they are wild together. I was like, y'all better be glad y'all are dog lovers, because these 2 dogs would not be inside my house. 2 horses. They look like 2 horses. And they will chase each other, and when they're out on the back porch, they'll chase each other around the fireplace, jump up on the furniture, jump down, bite each other, and all this. And I was like, so I got some video of all this entertainment going on. But I just had to share with y'all that I had a weird day. I mean, it's just now, I'm leaving just a little bit early because she was there. But I've gone from 12-hour, 13-hour days to I was there 2.5 hours today. No, you can't make us women happy. It just, I mean, 12, 13-hour days are too long. But that's what it requires when your daughter's a nurse and has to be at work really early. And Michael gets home at a good hour, so I'm just thankful. But I'm just so thankful. I have kept Riggs all the way through. From the time he was born, I was retired. The other boys, I didn't get to keep them as much, but I would keep them, when I had times off, and there were even times I took a day off to keep them. So, and Lord, we kept both of them just a lot, just in keeping them, because Reed being our first grandchild. Reed was born 10 days after my sister died. Ashley was having contractions during her funeral. And so Reed was such a gift from God to come, for the Lord, that timing to be. It was bad because I was just pull those nails off. I was just in such a bad place, but he was literally part of my healing during that time. I don't know what I'd done without the birth of him. God knew. God knew. He knew. But anyway, I'm headed home. I think John and I are going to go grab some Mexican, and I'm still eating as bland as I can. Tummy's been a little bit better the last couple of days, and so maybe that's a good sign, because the COVID tummy is rough. I've had a lot of people tell me they've really had bad stomach problems, which I already have anyway, but I've had a lot of people to tell me that their tummy stayed bad for a long time after COVID. So football season starts in the South tonight, and it's 87 right now, which is lower. I think with the storm that's coming into the Gulf of Mexico, the temperatures are going to be a little lower, like in the 80s next week. So, and our boys actually have a jamboree tomorrow, and then their real football games start the next weekend. So we're going to be sitting out in the hot, hot sun watching football. So it would not bother me one bit if cooler weather came in earlier. I am ready for fall. I'm trying to get to the place where I can start putting my fall out. And I thought what I would do, I always show y'all my finished fall home tour. But I thought I might show you putting some of the vignettes together. I bought some new greenery and some silk flowers and stuff from, I had watched a lady on YouTube kind of put one together, a new vignette. And I'm not doing mine exactly like hers, but I am taking some of the things that she did. So as I do that, I may show y'all that as I'm putting it together, and then do a fall home tour afterwards. So that's my plan. So let's see if we can make that work, okay? I'm going to be excited to be back. I did get to go to church Wednesday night, and it felt so good to be back at church. In my Bible study, just in my studying, the Lord's kind of touched my heart on a few things that I want to teach on. So I'm actually working on some lessons. I'm excited about that. And just overall excited that I'm feeling human again. Praise be to the Lord. I got to tell y'all what happened yesterday. When we were at Bell, Mother tired out within 10 minutes. And I was trying to go from, one area to the next. Because, they arrange clothes by designer names. I really kind of hate that. But I could tell she got tired really, really quick. So I finally just found a chair for her over in the shoe section, and we had picked up a couple of tops. So I went and sat her down in the shoes, and I said, you just stay here and rest, and then I'm going to go pick up some things and bring to you here. So I left her sitting there probably about 10 minutes, and I was rushing because I thought I don't want to leave her sitting there by herself, you know, for a long time. So I came up and I had those things and I was showing them to her, and she said, let me ask you something before I forget. And I said, okay. And she said, your name. That's what she said. And I said, Suzanne. And she said, yeah, but what's your whole name? My heart just sunk. And I said, Mary Suzanne? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. That broke my heart. I said, I'm Mary Suzanne. Ashley's Mary Ashley. You're Mary Faye. Your mother was Mary Gertrude. Her mother was Mary Elizabeth. And of course, Ashley can't keep the tradition going because she's got 3 boys, and we didn't want to name one of them Mary Reed. He'd kill us, wouldn't he? So, my heart just sunk. And would you believe that when we went to eat, she asked me again. She said, well, what's your full name? I've been wondering, what is your full name? So the dementia is certainly getting worse. Her not knowing my first name really just, it knocked a big chip out of my heart yesterday. But one good thing is when I talked to Jessica this morning, she told me that Jessica told me that she told her that she couldn't even remember what my first name was. So see, she remembered that. So that's, you know, that's a good sign. And she said, I named her and I couldn't even remember what her first name was. So for somebody to be as strong and independent as she has been, that's hard. But I just acted like, when she asked me, I just acted like no big deal. You know, we all forget stuff. I didn't say that. I just told her what it was, told her that all of us were named that, and I was like, let me show you this, and I just skipped right over it. So when she asked me, because it stresses her out if I try to correct her, or if I try to explain things, it stresses her out really bad. And she's got some stories that she tells that they're completely wrong now. And John said, Suzanne, just quit correcting her. It don't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Just don't correct her. And I have quit doing that, and it's been better. But oh Lord Jesus, I pray she doesn't forget who we are. I pray for the Lord just to let her go to bed one night and lay down and wake up in His presence. I do not want her to get to the place, and I know this is many people's prayer for their elderly parents, but I do not want her to get to the place where she doesn't know us. That's so heartbreaking. So she has truly, truly been blessed with good health, but it's hard on me. It about rips my heart out. But we had a good time yesterday, as y'all can see from the video. We laughed. But y'all, she did ask me where we were about 10 times. And that's the reason she said, where is this? I started dying laughing. I said, you told me not to tell you again. So her little memory is slipping. It is definitely slipping. But when we do videos like that and we keep it very lighthearted, it's really good on both of us. So it's hard. It's hard. She's been one strong woman. Let me just tell you, and stuff like that. This is Ash. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I told y'all that Avery's mom and them have been living here. Well, did I tell y'all that they have a dog? Almost like Riley. It's a golden doodle though, right? Maverick.
So
she's an Aussie Mountain Doodle. And so
Maverick is more chaotic.
They are something else together. I would not want this in my house. Finish it.
Have an alligator.
Who is this big boy that goes to school? With a mouthful of cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let them get it out of your hand. You got a Blue Devil shirt on today, too. My children are Blue Devils.
I got a kid who goes for God.
A kid that goes for God.
And his name has a God, Angel.
Oh, his name is Angel?
Yeah.
You go for God, and your name is Riggs.
Yeah.
Don't chew too much. Tell them what you learned how to spell. I know you got a mouthful of food. Tell them what you learned how to spell this week.
August and Will.
Yep. He said he is learning so much.
Okay. And little school, I learned nothing about God.
In little school, you did too. You learned about God every day.
No, didn't.
Yes, you did.
I did not know about God.
You learned about God every day at your old school.
No, I didn't.
Riggs, how could you have forgotten that? Y'all talked about God all the time.
No, I didn't.
Well, do you talk about God at this school? Do you? Did your teacher talk about God?
No, not really, but she does warn me, tells me, how to spell stuff.
Well, yeah, you're learning.
Maverick!
You learned more about God in your old school because it was a church school.
Maverick, can you stop using Riley's toy? You tear up the Velociraptor. You tear up the doggy friend.
Don't you look?
They are not going to miss each
Don't you
other.
look? Don't you look? Oh my gosh! Maverick!
Riley, run!
Maverick had a hold of Riley's tail. Michael said I could separate them if I needed to. Look at them. They have a ball. You should see them when they get out on that porch. They run and jump up on the furniture, which is not... Oh my goodness. Is that your buddy? Are you having a good time playing?
No, they are not.
Well, they act like they're...
Riley's sad.
I don't think Riley's sad.
Yeah. We had to throw one of her toys away because Maverick ate it apart.
Well, she doesn't act sad to me. She acts like she's playing and having a good time.
She ripped the little cute dog.
Well, spell August for us then.
August.
And spell Will.
Wyll.
Spell your name.
Riggs.
Can you spell your last name yet?
Oh no.
Okay, you have to...
I know how to spell Riggs. Riggt.
S.
No.
And what's your teacher's name?
Ziska.
Zitska.
Yeah, and I'm going to pee.
I'm going to pee.
Hey, send it on YouTube.
I am. I will. Yeah.
You know, in little school, I was like the funniest person.
Were you really?
Yes, I made people a lot of my friends laugh.
You did.
Yeah.
You make me laugh. You make me happy.
Yeah, when I make you laugh, I make you happy.
You do make me happy. This is weird, just coming, and Michael said, can I run over to a little town over here? And I said, yeah, because I just got here. I want to spend a little bit of time with him. He was home early today. So that's Maverick. What else have you learned? You've learned that you don't like to eat.
I still have to do homework.
You do, don't you?
I think I gotta do homework today.
He don't like eating in the lunchroom. The day he ate in the lunchroom.
But my favorite part was the chocolate milk.
What does Mama fix you to take that you love?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. His favorite thing in the world.
Mac and cheese. We don't have any mac.
Let me see that tooth.
Huh?
Oh yeah, it's growing in good.
I lost 2 teeth, and I'm older than one person at the swim person. I'm like older than Levi.
Are you?
Yeah.
When's Levi's birthday?
He was after me.
After you?
Yeah. I might, because he is never gonna be older than me.
No, he won't. If his birthday's after you, he will never be older than you. 6.
I didn't realize.
You're 6, and I'm gonna be 66. No, I'm not gonna be. I am. I'm gonna be.
And we both have 6.
I know.
You both have 6.
I know.
We will be best buddies.
Forever.
And then you'll be 67.
Let's not talk about that. Can you chocolate shake?
Yeah. You may be thirsty for chocolate milk.
You can take it. You silly boy. You better sit down and use it because I'm going to be going when your daddy gets home.